I hope you are all well. We are here today for the disciplinary hearing for Mary. And before I go further, I would like to introduce everyone in the room. My name is Chris. I am the HR representative. With me are Susan, the disciplining officer, Masuma and Kamel, who are the observers, Reshwana, the HR legal specialist, Edith, the trade union representative, and Mary, the store manager. Today's situation is of the allegation made against Mary, with the exception for the manipulation of worked hours. The full figures are inaccurate. The misunderstanding of the visa condition and the allegation made about bullying. So, Mary, do you have anything else to say about all these allegations made against you?
I will proceed with the questions and answers. Thank you.
Okay, good morning all. Thank you for attending the discipline with Mary. And before we proceed, do you have any questions, or is there anything on the paper which we've given you that you need to ask to clarify?
No, I think I'll go with the questions.
Okay. We understand that you've been working for the company for 8 years. Please, could you identify and state for us what training you've received to date?
Up to date, since the start of this company, I had employees training, this basic one, and also when I stepped up as a store manager, we had this payroll training as well as the team working. As far as I'm concerned, that's all I had.
Okay. Just to let you know, the purpose of this meeting is to identify and to explore any issues which has led to the allegations which has been brought against you. Okay? Please, can you explain the company policy on diversity management for employees?
Yeah, sure. As a Starbucks, as a company, we value and respect the people from different countries and the diversity, because among different stores we have people that working from different countries and different backgrounds. As a team, we value each one of them.
Okay. Looking at the allegations which has been brought to our table, it appears that you have breached the company policy on how you manage your employees on a daily basis. Please, could you explain what is your relationship like with all your employees?
As you can see, my store is full of diversity people. We have different backgrounds. Whereas how I treat my employees as like a team. We work as a team. We get these things done as a team. And as far as I remember, I don't have a favorite one, or like I don't favor some people. I go with how they perform, how they, according to the performance, I reward them. So it wasn't anything that do have my own personal favorite. I have people that work really well. There's people that I always motivate them to work harder. And also I have another set of people that, you need extra pushment to make them great performance.
Okay. Looking at the evidence that we have collected, it also appears that you have breached company policy on storage of money. Please, could you explain the procedures which leads in the store how money is stored?
As a company, especially my store, we have our procedures is always has to be 2 people that deal with money, and under the camera vision, so we have to store the money in the safe at the end of the day, and then I will get the 1 key just for the sake of we will have one other one, just extra one, just in case that if I don't turn up for work or someone else doing the work shift, they will have the key to open it and then change the money around. So it has to always has to be 2 people in it.
And would you say all your employees have knowledge of the correct procedure in handling money?
At Starbucks, not everyone was eligible of knowing how to handle the cash. They know that, either store manager or the shift runner has to be the main person to deal with the cash, but they are there just to witness that they're doing the right way. So we have an extra witness to say that, this is how it's been done.
And is tips stored safely? Bonuses, for example, how are they stored?
Tips are not meant to be going digital because otherwise we probably have different systems and errors with the profits. Therefore, because it doesn't go to till, we have to keep it separately. And as a team, we come up with a solution that because it's not going to be a great amount of money. Some occasion it was, but mostly it wasn't. So therefore, we split the money, and they would probably throw out some dinner or like catch up after work. Apart from that, not everyone's aware of where it's stored, but only I and site managers knows where the monies are held.
And would you say there has been a fair distribution of bonuses throughout each member of staff? And if so, could this have led to other staff members feeling neglected and not appreciated?
I wouldn't say that because this is not based on my decision. It was based on our group. We, as a team, we had a group meeting, and I invited almost every employee, and we had a great number of people turning, and they said, okay, this is how we're gonna do it. So it's not about I made the decision, they have to obey it, because this is end of the day, they get tips from their service. The people tips them. I did raise a question saying, some of you may get more money than others. Is that okay? And they all abide and say yes, we are fine, because they wanted to have some fun afterwards. So yeah.
Okay. Also, to our investigation, it appears that food figures have been manipulated and does not reflect what your store has been distributed on a regular basis. Please could you explain why these figures do not match what's on the paper?
Yeah, I can explain to you. On several occasions, we had an unexpected deliveries where we had more food coming into our store. We wasn't expecting that, and because of our storeroom is very small, we can't, keep them all in one. So therefore, I have to adjust the paperwork in order for me to correct the system. Otherwise, we could end up with a lot of food which will be wasted. So therefore, that's what I have done.
So would you say you have followed the correct company policy in storing food and also recording everything which you receive within the store?
It might sound like because I did put it in the correct system, but I have a reason. Is that because this wasn't, I wasn't expecting the delivery to turn on the time or on the day when we have already packed our food. Therefore, if I did take it in, if I make the paperwork right, then which means I have to waste like 1 ton of food, because they won't be stored in a fridge. So therefore, I have to leave them outside, which means I can't distribute it on the shelf or to sell to the customers. Therefore, it's based on loss.
Okay. Please, could you explain the difference between a tier 2 and tier 4 visa and how it restricts payments for employees?
Tier 2 is a student visa where you have to work under a certain period of time, and therefore it's very flexible. You can work many hours you want.
Okay, and how does these affect an employee's payment?
Because I had an employee who was very concerned about her payrolls, and I was aware of the changes of her visa when she first came. She came as a tier 2 as a student, so I have to inform her that because you're doing overtime, it's going to affect your visa condition, and it might lead you to not to stay in this country because you're doing illegal stuff, and I'm not allowed to promote that in here. Therefore, I have to reduce your hours. But it didn't raise my concern about her changing the tier 4. So therefore, as soon as I find out, I have to adjust the hours and pay the money that she's been working for the company.
Did you have a formal meeting with this particular employee? And also, if you did, what was your resolution to this matter?
I was concerned my companies and my employees had problems at home because due to her husband doesn't want her to do overtime, but then she needed the money to to survive sort of stuff. So as the best in the interest of my employees, I said I'm willing to speak to her husband to solve this problem, so that as well as giving you a solution for you to stay in this country by avoiding to the laws and regulation in this country. Therefore, I will pay you. I can give you some time, but then I won't pay you that day you expect me to pay you, because it won't look like that you did the work. It will look like you worked more hours. Therefore, I have to reduce the hours as well as pay the amount that was left.
During this period, did this affect your relationship with the employee?
Faris, as a store manager, I went far to help her out, so I was even to a personal life, which wasn't, I feel like it's not my duty, but out of my interest of my employees, I went out and I was going and I'm willing to help her out, but then obviously maybe her husband didn't want, I mean, she was scared that, you know, if her husband comes, he'll probably misunderstand it and might cause her some problem. Therefore, she said, it's fine, we can just leave it like that. So I said, okay.
Did you also inform the area manager about your decision?
And about area manager, we didn't have any visit for, but then I have spoken to my dad and line manager. I explained this is what's been happening, and just to be my safe side, I've explained this is what happened. You know, I have to adjust the hours so it doesn't affect her visa condition. So, but I haven't had any conversation with the area manager about these issues.
And did your line manager, did he give you the approval to adjust her payments accordingly, or did you do this out of your own will?
I would probably say out of my own will, I did that first, but then, you know, I went and spoke to my dad and I just said, this is what I've been doing. So he said, you know, we will look into it, but then after that I had been on holiday. So that's when, you know.
And would you say your behaviour reflected on the company policies and procedures in handling matters effectively?
As I said, you know, I have experience of working for this company for 8 years, and I have gained a lot of experience, and I have went beyond the expectation of my employees, but then I went to solve their problems as I took as my own things. So in terms of how I deal with my teams, I think it's much effectively. You know, because I am also the witness now, statements, if you have seen other people, you know, other employees that I've been working with, I think they'll probably give you the best picture of me.
Okay, we will close this meeting for now. Do you have any other questions to ask?
I think my trade union might.
Yes.
Okay.
This is our defense. I understand there was the first meeting between the district manager and employee. Then a second meeting involving the regional manager and district manager with employee consent and 1 or 2 other employees. So I suppose you have a witness statement. Is that right?
Yes, we do.
Please can I have the hard copy of it? Thank you. My second question is, was a statement taken from the employee consent?
Yes, throughout this investigation, we have taken numerous notes from all employees which are within the store.
Okay. Was a statement taken from the store manager, which is Mary, sitting next to me right now? Did you take any statement from her?
Due to the allegations made and the nature of the allegations, as a company we felt that it was important to safeguard both the well-being of Mary and the other employees within the store. Therefore, we did notify Mary, and we also had one-to-one meetings with the other employees.
Okay. Regarding what you just said, that regarding what you just said, I have looked at the company disciplinary policy, which states that for a proper investigation to be done, statements should be taken from both sides. Since you did not take a statement from her, I think she has not been treated fairly. Do you have anything to say?
Yes, it is within the company policy to take statements from every employee which has been allegations have been made against. However, like I've explained to you, due to the severity of the nature of things that have been put forth in our investigation, we felt that Mary has acted beyond her boundaries and unprofessionally. Therefore, it has also inflicted unnecessary pain to other employees within the store.
I still think you should have taken a statement, because then it's going to be a one-sided issue. You just, one-sided. You have to take a statement from the employee concerned, and as well as taking a statement for Mary. You should have waited for her to come back from her holidays.
Yes, we took this matter seriously. because one, bullying is unacceptable within our company policy. Number two, there have been misinterpretations of results of payments. Therefore, these are misconducts which are unacceptable within the company policy.
You also sent a text to Mary whilst she was on holiday abroad. What is the guarantee that she would get the text abroad?
Yes, we did send a text message to Mary while she was abroad. However, the company also utilises many levels of communication. Therefore, we sent an email, we also sent her a letter, and we also sent her a text via her phone, which we do advise all our employees at every level to check communication between the company and themselves regularly.
In my opinion, I think you did not follow the proper disciplinary procedure. It was inappropriate.
We thank you for your concern. We understand you're representing Mary. However, as a company, we have rules and regulations on how to manage our staff, our employees. On this occasion, we felt that Mary acted unprofessionally towards her employees, towards her staff. Therefore, we had to take strict measures to put in place, suspend Mary on full pay, and also make sure that the welfare and well-being of the other employees within the store have not been neglected.
Okay.
Would you like to add anything else, HR? Yeah? For the interest of this meeting, we're going to have a 10-minute break where we'll type out these notes. We will call you back into the room and we will give you our final decision. Is there anything else?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.